is Levi, son of Alphaeus?
What do you mean, who is he?
Is he the brother of James? Is he James? Is he Matthew? Is he a Levite?
He's the same person as Matthew.
Because not everyone agrees on that, do they?
So the question would then be, why would I say that? When you look at the Gospel of Luke and the Gospel of Mark, what we're looking at, Mark 2:14, Luke 5:27, Matthew 9:9 tells us that Levi, or Matthew, was this tax collector or publican in the town of Capernaum. And although Luke and Mark don't actually specify that Levi and Matthew are one and the same person, just through your deductive powers, there are reasonable grounds to believe that we are referring to one and the same person because of the context of all those settings. I'm comfortable that that's who I'd be going with.
I've always thought it to be Matthew, but of course we need to talk about the interchangeability here of names. At times, it's almost Tolstoy and War of Peace. You think, who's who? And you can have multiple renditions of names, and that's not unusual. The JPS gives it as Levi ben Halphi, and of course we've got that as Levi, son of Alphaeus. I wonder if Mark's audience knew who these guys were to name them such. And of course, as we said, it's caused a lot of debate and back and forth ever since.
We're talking about Matthew. I think that he fits all of that contextual setting, and I do wonder whether or not Matthew was actually given the name Matthew after being introduced to Jesus. Because Matthew as Matthias, it means gift of God. And I do wonder whether or not the tax collector has now become the gift of God. So I do think there may even have been a play on things there. You've got to remember, Jesus had a great sense of humour.
He did.
Why would you not? You look at somebody and you go, you are a thieving, rotten little toe rag who's nicking all of that money. And You know what? You are just the sort of person that I could call a gift of God.
We need to talk about that because in 14, I love the words in the King James. He's sitting at the receipt of custom. In the modern JPS, they're saying tax collection booth. And that's what he normally is shown as if it was to be filmed. A lot of questions here. Why would a tax collector, who's clothed, tax collectors today aren't liked, because he's collected money for, in this probably case, Herod Antipas, and who wasn't a Jew, and necessarily given it to the Romans, he would have put in a bid and given a vast amount of money over, and then it's up to him to make sure he collects exactly what the king wants and some more for his own use. So he's leeching off people left, right and centre. Why would he give that up? I can only assume it's because his tender was coming to an end. Who knows? But that's downplaying what has been written about here. Jesus said to this guy, come with me. And he must have thought, why me? I'm hated by everyone.